Finiti, youth enhancement technology exclusive to Jeunesse.
Recently, we have discovered that the science of human aging is really pretty simple. We age because our cells divide and our telomeres get shorter. What's a telomere? Well, to answer that, let's zoom into a human's 100 trillion cells. Every cell contains a nucleus with genes and chromosomes. If you zoom in further, you see that the chromosomes are made up of DNA molecules that are 100 million bases long, coiled up like a slinky. There are long, repetitive sequences of DNA at the end of each of our chromosomes. These sequences are called telomeres. When a cell divides, the genetic material inside that cell needs to be copied. This is called DNA replication. During this process, enzymes that replicate a strand of DNA are unable to continue replicating all the way to the end, which causes the loss of some DNA. And the ends, if you remember, are where the telomeres are. At birth, we have about 10,000 bases. But as we age and our cells divide again and again, we lose those bases. And at 5,000 bases, we begin to die of old age. As telomeres get shorter, humans begin to experience the general effects of aging: loss of muscle, failing memory, poor eyesight, lack of energy, and slower recovery after exercise. The bottom line is this: when cells divide, telomeres shorten. And bad things happen when telomeres get short.
Finiti, youth enhancement technology exclusive to Jeunesse.
Local 6 News starts now.
This is a supplement that researchers say will extend the life of your DNA. Anyone that uses it claims to feel better and younger.
What have you been noticing recently?
Just my energy level is so wonderful.
63-year-old Valerie Carnes is convinced she's found the fountain of youth.
I feel like a 25-year-old.
Really? So the stamina's there, you're razor sharp?
Yes.
You feel like you're in your 20s again?
Yes.
TA65 is based on the 2009 Nobel Prize-winning discovery of telomerase. As we age, our cells divide. Now, scientists discovered that every time our cells divide, those white caps there, the telomeres, shorten. That's a key to illness and why we get old.
I project in the future, telomere testing is going to be like cholesterol testing is today.
Researchers say TA65 appears to reverse the shortening or aging of telomeres because it contains telomerase, the enzyme that protects them.
So, a fountain of youth, can we call it that?
I would. I'd call it the fountain of youth.
Finiti, youth enhancement technology exclusive to Jeunesse.
Well, I'm Carol Greider, and I'm a professor here at Johns Hopkins University, and I got the call this morning from Stockholm that I won the Nobel Prize. And I won it for the discovery of telomerase, which was a discovery that was made about 25 years ago now. The discovery was for understanding how chromosomes maintain their ends. It turns out that every time a cell divides, the chromosome gets shorter and shorter and shorter from the ends. And the ends are called telomeres. It's the end part of the chromosome. And so that gets shorter every time a cell divides. And what we were curious about was how it was that a cell can go on dividing if the telomeres are getting shorter. And in trying to understand that, we discovered an enzyme called telomerase, which actually adds sequences back onto the chromosome end. So instead of getting shorter, they then become longer. It's been great to have this freedom to pursue this curiosity-driven science, because that's what I like to do. I like to follow the next most interesting thing that is there, rather than having a particular grand plan, and that's what's been really exciting.
Finiti, youth enhancement technology exclusive to Jeunesse. Nobel Prize-winning research uncovers a fundamental cause of aging. The answer cannot be seen by the human eye and is something called a telomere. Telomeres are made of repetitive DNA sequences that become the protective caps or ends of our chromosomes. Their duty is to protect our DNA. When we are born, our telomeres are long, but as time goes on, they begin to shorten. So short, in fact, that our telomeres fray, similar to the end of a shoelace, and our journey called cellular aging begins. When telomeres become too short, our cells can no longer carry out their critical functions. Cells start to self-destruct and eventually die. Scientists call this apoptosis. Cells dying is one thing, but when cells simply stop functioning, they can spew out dangerous free radicals and inflammatory molecules that essentially damage the nearby cells. So, how do we battle this process we call cellular aging? A nutrient has been shown to naturally enhance the enzyme needed to lengthen short telomeres, thereby adding healthy life to our cells. Thousands of studies show the connection between short telomeres and the natural process of cellular aging. What's more fascinating is that this is the only substance known that can perform this in the history of all mankind. Prepare for the future. Cellular aging ends here. Finiti, youth enhancement technology exclusive to Jeunesse.